Okay, this is my third time trying to record this because for some reason the first two times the audio didn't work, but it looks like it's actually working this time. So basically we have fancy sorting system thing. When you push the button, it pushes this piston, which will make the shulker box just drop into this line of hoppers, go along here. But before we get any further, I want to cover the locking system. Basically, the observer here will see the two pulses from the button turning on and off and go along here. Right here I have a small little mechanism that basically turns the two pulses into one pulse, and then we have a T flip-flop that will toggle this line of redstone to be on or off. Then it goes over here and unlocks or locks this hopper, and then once the shulker box gets back, this hopper is going to activate this comparator, which will activate this repeater and activate this line of redstone, and then this observer will see that, and then it'll do the same thing as the button and activate this line of redstone and toggle the thing again. Then we have basically a little mechanism of droppers to raise the shulker box up. Then over here we have a comparator looking at this item hopper, and this observer is here because the signal wasn't long enough for whatever reason. I can't remember what part that was for. And it looks complicated, but it really isn't. Basically the first thing that happens is it goes up right here and goes along this line and toggles this T flip-flop, don't mind that. And it will, in this case right now, it'll pull up the wall, except for the block that's in front of this dispenser. And that block is the reason that I have to have this more complicated. And so we have, can I please get to it? We have this little piston extender thing, and so basically the piston right here gets powered, it pushes this one out, then this one gets powered through that corner right there, and then gets depowered, and then this one gets depowered and pulls it back. And then, oh, I think this was on 4 ticks. And the last thing that happens is the dispenser gets powered, placing the shulker box. And then the return mechanism basically runs this whole line of redstone. You can see this redstone dust right here. Or actually I say this whole line of redstone. Basically it just pushes the wall back down, and we don't have to worry about that bottom block because it just gets pushed by the other blocks. I think that that's all that needs explaining. Let's get ourselves some diamonds. We can see that it got locked, and we should see it go. Yep, it's going up there, and we should see it activate this line, and then diamonds. And then we push that button, and we'll see it get placed here in a second. And we can see that this is locked again. We can get our redstone blocks. You saw how it got pushed and just fell into the line. We can watch this redstone from this angle this time. And I heard the thing place. Once it gets placed over here, yep. And we can just summon our cobblestone. I'm sure you get the gist of what's happening at this point, but I still find it neat to watch. And the way I made this, it's pretty much infinitely expandable. You just have to do this staggered pattern so that the locks don't interfere with each other, and so that pretty much so the locks don't interfere with each other, and like you don't want the redstone back here to, or under here, to just be a huge mess. But like if I added another module, I could just do another one like this middle one and just add it right here. And then the next one would be like this one. And just repeat over and over again. So it's pretty easily expandable. I imagine the longer it got, you would probably have to wait longer and longer for your item, for your shulker box to actually show up here, but I do think it's neat that you don't see any of this, potentially, because you could just, like I have here, just have a wall. So yeah, that's my shulker box storage system.